Hi everyone and welcome back to my Perfume Chronicles. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining me today for this exciting new video. But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss anything new. And if you've been enjoying learning about the history of perfume and would like to support my channel, I've put a link to buy me a coffee in the description box below the video. Thanks for thinking of me. Okay, today I'm going to share my top 5 Dior perfumes of all time. And these aren't just gorgeous fragrances, they also shaped moments in culture. Ready to dive into the history behind these 5 iconic perfumes? Grab a cup of your favorite beverage and get cozy. All right, here we go. First up is Escale a Portofino, created by master perfumer François de Marchi. This perfume is basically the House of Dior handing you a boarding pass to Italy. It's 100% synonymous with La Dolce Vita. When Escale a Portofino arrived in 2008, it tapped into a very specific cultural fantasy. The return of effortless Mediterranean glam at a time when the world was craving light luxury. Think linen pants, oversized sunglasses, gelato at noon, and the soft hum of a Vespa passing by. With its bitter citrus and soft almond notes, it evoked the dream of Portofino, and fashion magazines loved to style it as the glamour days of Hollywood on holiday. To me, this perfume is a fragrance postcard, and it became the unofficial perfume of chic travelers and anyone who wanted to go to Europe in just 3 sprays. Now let's move to the complete opposite of breezy. Second on my list is Poison, which was created in 1985 by Edouard Flechier. I was in high school that year, and this is one of those perfumes from the 80s that you could smell all through the hallways on a daily basis. When it hit the market, it didn't just sell, it exploded. According to Dior, a bottle was sold every 50 seconds in Paris during the first weeks after the launch. Poison wasn't just a perfume, it was a cultural earthquake. It captured a definite shift. In the 1980s, women were claiming more space in fashion, in work, in social power, and Poison mirrored that. It was confidence, sensuality, even rebellion bottled up. Restaurants even banned it because it had so much sillage. Can you imagine? It was so bold. A rich, daring mix of spicy, fruity, floral, and woody notes. Think plum, coriander, jasmine, tuberose layered over amber, musk, sandalwood, and vanilla. It was provocative. It was unforgettable. Some loved it, some didn't. I'm obviously on Team Love, and it smelled like nothing you had ever smelled before. And it captured the unapologetic vibe of the 80s. Big shoulders, big hair, big ambition. Poison literally was the 80s. Now let's switch gears and talk about the gourmand that changed the game. Number 3 on my list is Fève Délicieuse, another François de Marchi creation. Released in 2015, this one arrived during the new gourmand era, where perfumes were going from sweet to couture dessert experiences. At this time, niche perfumery was exploding. People wanted complexity and richness, and Fève delivered a masterpiece. Tonka bean, wrapped in cocoa-crushed luxury. It symbolized the peak of edible elegance, the return of cozy and high perfumery, and the modern Dior private collection mystique. Expensive, decadent, exclusive. Fève basically said, sweet can be sophisticated, and yes, it's just as addictive as it sounds. And now to a relatively new floral from an old classic. Number 4 on my list is Dior Perfumes, created by master perfumer Francis Cochon, who sits at the helm of Dior fragrance after de Marchi retired a few years ago. If you're familiar with the Dior line, this is the one in the white bottle. Dior Perfumes isn't just another flanker. It's the first ever water-based perfume from Dior. The idea was to reinvent the iconic floral bouquet of the classic Dior in a lighter, more natural, more just pick flowers form. The new note at the heart of this one is neroli. It brings a kind of fresh, soapy, clean luxury feel, and it gives the perfume an almost sunrise in the garden vibe. Post-pandemic, The world was craving calmness and softness, and this alcohol-free version tapped directly into that mood. It really does feel almost spa-like, and people fell in love all over again with J'adore, including myself. And finally, number 5 on my list is Miss Dior, the version from 2012. It's another Dimanche creation, and I think one of his absolute best. It's a fragrance that defined this time period, which was all about the contrast between soft femininity and having a backbone. Think lace paired with leather jackets, or ballerina buns with confidence. This edition of Miss Dior captured that mood perfectly. It was the perfect balance of bright citrus and floral with patchouli and musk for strength. It literally became the scent of milestones, first jobs, birthdays, weddings, and just celebrations in general. It was the perfect complement to all of life's pivotal moments. You know, I've mentioned in other videos that perfume has this magical way of stitching itself into our memories. That's the power of scent memory. The perfume you choose for a moment in your life becomes the invisible soundtrack of that chapter. And that's why choosing a perfume isn't always just about the notes. It becomes something way more meaningful to you in this way. Well, we've come to the end of my top 5 Dior fragrances of all time. Each one is gorgeous and noteworthy in its own way. And if you add on their cultural significance, well, they tell a whole other layer of a life story. Maybe this little Dior journey stirred up memories of your own. Maybe it reminded you of the perfume you wore on your first big job interview, the one that made you stand a little taller. Or maybe it reminded you of the scent you chose for a summer romance, the one that still smells like warm nights, laughter, and a little bit of trouble. Maybe it even brought back the perfume that someone you loved wore, a hug you can still smell if you close your eyes. Wherever your mind wandered, I hope it brought you a little smile, a moment of joy, maybe even a little bit of peace. Thanks so much for joining me today and spending time in this incredible world of Dior. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss anything new. And until next time, I hope the right scent finds you exactly when you need it.